Everybody's in one piece.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, just deep tripping breath. Oh my God. Look, she looks whole and healthy.
Well, it's been an interesting 48 hours.
Yes, indeed, it has, my dear.
Yet, as for those who don't know,
yes, well, there was a little Corona kitchen incident.
Took a little spill a couple days ago. Got into a fist fight with a Cuisinart mixer, and I have
a KitchenAid.
Okay, yeah, KitchenAid. Sorry, Cuisinart. I have an enormous amount of makeup on right now, but you can see it coming through. My whole face is black and blue, and I've covered it.
It's swollen.
But it was nasty. It's going into my eye, and I will have a shiner, as the doctor has informed me. But I'm fine. I really appreciate the outpouring of love. The Corona Kitchen community is so amazing, and you know this stuff happens. And as BK said today, so I want you to slow down. You know how to spell that? And I'm like, yes.
FAST.
So I right, and so you know everybody. This is what happens when you get too overwhelmed, and it's hard with the collective unconscious is all stressed out too, and we have a lot of things on, and we're tired, and we make mistakes. So I'm lucky it wasn't a hell of a lot worse.
It could have been. She could have been sitting here toothless.
I couldn't sleep for 2 nights because I couldn't go on this side, and it was really swollen. And but it's calming down. It's gonna be fine. I'm fine. I'm glad it wasn't my head. Like,
oh, and so in honor of you today, I will be making sockeye salmon.
Yay! There you go. I love it. There's a couple of people out there who saw the Rocky Balboa Drago post I did yesterday and got the humor, so thanks. And also, if we can't laugh at ourselves, what can we do? But then there are a lot of people going, "What happened?" Just go to the post that Debrianna did with the hearts. There's like 90
It's all there. It's all there.
It's all there. The whole story.
Yeah, so. we tell everything. I know. So I am going to make this sockeye salmon. Look at this piece of salmon. It's huge.
That is the beauty.
It is. And it came from the company that I get my meat from, which I'll put up here. Yeah, Moink Box. And I recommend them highly. I love them. They do salmon and chicken and pork and beef. And you can decide what you want in your box every month. And there's 2 sizes of boxes, and they're a great company. They support the family farm, sustainable family farming. That is what they're about. And this month they helped out a fellow farmer who had too many hogs, and they bought them, and so now they have a lot of pork sausage. So we'll be giving that as Christmas presents, but I'll try and post their video in Corona Kitchen, and I might, if I can find it to put a way to put it up here, we might show it tomorrow. But I just wanted you guys to know.
As we always say, it's really important to know where your food comes from, especially your meat.
Yep. Meat and fish. This is wild caught.
We're in the coronavirus because of a disease that went from animals to humans. So just saying.
Yeah.
Something to think about. I can tell this is Peggy saying, slow down. Does that mean Lisa will be doing more specific measuring now that will help with the slowing down? Yes.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It's about measuring.
I agree.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It hurts. Don't make me laugh. Still really hurts.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Oh my God. Well, I'm going to make a holiday version of roasted butternut squash.
Yum.
So you could, I do serve this on my Thanksgiving table often. When I do, I usually will add hazelnuts to it. I'm not going to do that tonight, but just know you could if you wanted to.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you, this one is from our garden.
Oh, look at that.
Cute.
Super cute. Butternut.
Our little butternut. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to make tonight to go with our sockeye salmon.
Nice.
Okay.
That sounds good. Now, everyone's awaiting the twist because you said no one revealed what the twist was.
That's correct. Ha 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 ha. Here's the twist. Cranberries.
Cranberries. Roasted.
Cranberries. And I'm going to use goat cheese. But you could also use feta if you want. And like I said, I would sometimes add chopped hazelnuts, but I'm not going to do that tonight because we're having fish.
That sounds so good.
Yeah. So I also bought another squash because when I do this, I love having leftovers of butternut squash, roasted butternut squash. So I bought a big one, a cousin.
A cousin. That one is so cute. Oh, speaking of cousins, my cousin Natalie had her baby yesterday.
Oh, she did? What'd she have?
She had a girl, and her name is Simone Athena Drobny, and she's so cute.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
And everybody's okay, so just shout out to them.
Yay!
Yay, welcome to Planet Earth, Simone. Anyway.
great time to be here.
You look like, yeah, right. She looked like a little butternut squash. So cute. Anyway, we're just really happy. Now we have one more cousin to go who's due in a few weeks. My one, Tatiana, who lives here. So.
Oh, that's right. Tatiana hasn't had her baby yet.
Nope, not yet.
Okay. All right. So this is how I like to do it. I cut off the neck part, and then using a potato peeler to peel the skin. Now I'm peeling the skin because my husband will not eat the skin. Although every time I make a butternut squash, I tell him, "You may eat the skin. It's good for you."
But he doesn't. David doesn't like the skin. Okay,
right.
So that's interesting that you roast it. Hi, David. Without the skin, I always roast it with the skin.
Well, I would if I was cutting it in half and putting it in the oven in a whole way. But I'm cutting these up in cubes, so I am going to peel it. And if you didn't want to do this part of it, Trader Joe's sells it in a bag already cut up and peeled.
That's true.
So you could do it without doing this, but this is how I'm doing it.
You're prepping it to eat, instead of scooping it out or whatever.
Well, that's the neck part. Now here's the part that I have to scoop out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just took the neck part off, and now I'm going to scoop the middle part.
What I'm saying is you're chunking it out and peeling it as opposed to just scooping it out, cutting it in half, and roasting it.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing for this dish.
Okay. Because that's different. We haven't done it on the show that way before.
This way. Yeah, no, I don't think we have. I often do it the other way around. Just cut it in half and put it in a pan in halves. But because I want to get the glaze and the cranberries all over, I want to do it this way.
Okay. And you lined it with tin foil, aluminum foil.
Yeah. And I'm going to use maple syrup on these as the sugar component. But you could use honey if you wanted. But I really like it with maple syrup. I'm not going to add that right away because this has to cook for about 25 minutes. And then I'm going to put the cranberries on it. And then I will add the sugar at that time, the sugar component, which is maple syrup, or if you had honey, you could do honey. You could probably do brown sugar too if you wanted. But I don't want it to burn.
Right.
The sugar will burn at 400 degrees, which is what the oven's at.
Yeah.
So that's
maple syrup is the best choice for that, really.
Yeah, I really like it.
Flavor wise, it's so good.
Yeah. So FYI, if you really wanted to, I already have done this. You could save these seeds, dry them out, and plant them next year, and have your own squash again from your own squash again.
Isn't it amazing what you can do with seeds? I mean, you could have a seed bank, you know?
Yeah, we really could. I think, I mean, you could do it I always think those big box stores that are sitting there empty could be hydroponic places. And just like you could plant food and feed freaking everybody in town. Everyone would just go in and help work the interior garden.
Yeah, why? That's a great idea, Debrianna.
I don't know. They're just sitting there empty.
Why doesn't somebody do something like that? I mean, the thing is, if we don't figure out, here I go, on a mass level, how to feed ourselves in case of disease, pandemic, scary earth, stuff that happens that you can't control.
Yep.
We should be thinking about these kind of things. What if we run out of water? I'm in apocalyptic mode. What can I say?
Well, the other thing is we have a lot of food insecurity right now due to COVID, people not being able to work.
That's right.
So I don't know. Maybe it's a plot by the government to not feed us.
I don't know. Do they just want to cull the herd? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. But geez, they could do something.
I know. It's so, like, when you see those lists of other countries that, like, Japan helped their people 100%, their salaries, or, Canada, all these, it's like USA 0.
I know.
Like,
right?
wow. Okay.
And it's still 0. Mitch McConnell crying over his bestie retiring from Congress, and not one tear was shed for the 2,800 people that died just today.
She's got a knife, people. And she's not afraid to use it.
That's it. Now I'm just going to show you the difference in the color. I don't know. Can you see? Like, this is a lot lighter than my squash. This one is yellow.
Interesting.
See it here. Like, see? Look how yellow.
Where did you get that one?
I got it at, our not-so-favorite store today.
Natural Grocers?
Yes.
You dared go in there?
Well, this is why I did it. There was no line, and Trader Joe's would not have had barley malt syrup, and I knew they would.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to get what you need.
Well, Whole Foods was busy. I knew they'd have barley malt syrup, but I didn't want to go in a busy store.
I get it.
So I ended up in there, and I try not to patronize them often, but so anyway.
They've got issues.
They do. They have issues. So I'm going to spread this out on my cookie sheet, and I'm gonna put some olive oil, salt, and pepper on these guys.
Yum.
And roast it for about 25 minutes first, like that, before I add cranberries. And I'm gonna not add the goat cheese until the very end.
I was going to ask if you roasted the cranberries. So someone's saying, what about date syrup?
What about date syrup?
I think you could use date syrup. Why not?
Oh, you mean for this dish?
Yeah.
Sure you could, but I'm not using the barley malt for this. The reason I wanted the barley malt syrup was because my escapade the other day with my chocolate graham crackers, which
that's the graham cracker question, okay?
Yeah,
That's the graham cracker dilemma.
that was a graham cracker dilemma. And people, I know we have like the most accomplished bakers in our group, and they were like, I thought graham crackers had graham flour in it. I said, they do usually, but this is Corona, and I didn't have any graham cracker flour.
Right.
So we did it. But when I did it, these are the changes I'm going to make, which I'll tell you while I'm peeling this last piece.
Okay.
I used honey. I'm going to use barley malt syrup because barley malt syrup is not as sweet, and it's got a, I don't know, kind of a more, I guess you'd call it a smoky flavor. I don't know. Yeah. More like molasses.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
So I'm going to change that up. And I'm also going, I used regular oats when I ground the oats up to make the oat flour. I'm going to use oat groats next time.
Groats.
Because the graham cracker flour, is the whole part of the wheat, and I think that'll be a closer texture to a graham flour. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, I look forward to that experimentation.
Me too. Okay, so here's my chunks. My chunks of
butternut chunks.
You're falling down on the job, husband. Fly it in here.
There we are. Oh, what a beautiful color.
Yeah. So olive oil.
Okay.
That was a swirl in case Peggy's watching. And salt. I'm going to do probably a teaspoon of salt on here. And some pepper. That's to your liking. I happen to like pepper, so I'm putting a fair amount on there.
I like pepper too, even though
I really like it. And the contrast of the sweet.
Yes. Yes.
So, and then I'm just going to sort of roll these around in the olive oil so they're all coated.
What's the oven on?
The oven is on 400.
Okay.
And I'm going to put these in the oven now for about 25 minutes in the oven.
That's it.
Yeah. And I think this is good. They're a little tight in here, but they're not bad.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm putting these in the oven at 400 on the top rack. And then I'll show you, just for the heck of it, so I'll add about a cup and a half of these cranberries. They're thawing out now. They were frozen.
They were frozen.
Yeah, you could use dried if you want. I wouldn't put them in until sort of the last, just watch them because they might burn because they're tinier. But I really like the fresh, also because they're not as sweet. And then the sugar part is kind of up to you. You could use brown sugar or honey. I like maple syrup, and I'm just going to put about a quarter of a cup on top of these berries. And then I'm going to roast that for about 25 minutes. I'm going to add this at the 25-minute mark and then cook it for about another 10 minutes with the sugar, the sweet component and the berries.
Okay.
And then at the end, like right when I take it out of the oven, I will crumble the goat cheese. You could use feta on the top so it kind of melts on the top.
That's going to be so good.
So my salmon is not a super thick cut. It's sort of thin. So it's probably going to cook in the oven in about, 10 minutes maybe. So I'm going to make a sauce to go on top of it with like a basting sauce of sriracha, honey, garlic, cloves, and some soy sauce. And that's going to be the top on that.
That sounds great.
It'll be good. I'll take pictures.
Okay,
But the oven's at 400, so that's the right temperature for the fish too.
Okay. Someone's asking, so in the cookbook, is there a section indicating what you can substitute what for, instead of sugar, use honey type of little helper notes?
Well, we've been thinking about that. Would that be helpful to you guys? Is that something you would like to see? I don't think a lot of cookbooks do that, frankly.
We talk about it. I think every time we make something, we always say, if you want to be gluten-free, do this. If you want to use different types of sugar, you just, that's a good tip. If that's what you guys want, we can talk about alternatives.
Yeah. Yeah. For a lot of the recipes, what you could substitute, in case you don't have it. Like, that's what we call Corona-ing.
Yeah.
Mostly because when we're doing it, oftentimes it's because we don't want to go to the grocery store and we're using what we have in our house. So, that's kind of the whole concept of what we're doing in here.
So they have there's a resounding yes to this question, Debrianna. Oh, okay. And they're saying call it Corona Notes. Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. That's a good idea. And we'll figure out how we're going to add that in. But yes. Yay.
Got it. Good idea.
Like with this recipe, I like to use hazelnuts. Some people don't like hazelnuts. So you could also substitute very easily pecans. Would make a nice complement to the squash. And that's that's even more like Thanksgiving-y than the cranberries are, I think, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Well, the colors of this are so festive.
Yeah.
And imagine it on a beautiful platter. And, that you're having a gluten-free meal tonight, by the way. So, it's a very healthy dinner you're eating.
Not a pre-diabetic one.
That's right. People always ask us on the page, on the Corona Kitchen page, how come you two aren't 500 pounds? Okay. Because Debrianna has a home gym. I do not. I have a really scary old bike I ride that's stationary, but clearly not enough because my numbers came back of my blood work that I was pre-diabetic numbers. But that was the night before I ate 14 meringue cookies before my blood test. So
probably not a good idea, but it does tell you how much food affects your body.
It does, and we've been eating a lot of carbs the last year and a lot of sugar. But I was fascinated to know that my cholesterol was great. And I eat about 2 sticks of butter around you every night. So, doing okay.
Yeah, we're all good. It's all good. But we're going to check her again in a month. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm just going to kind of lay off some sugar, and try to put some more greens and maybe do
14 meringues at a sitting.
But they were so damn good. I could have eaten them all, and I'm not kidding.
I have to rinse my hands because I can't. Can you watch?
Oh, you have stuff on them.
I do. I have.
She likes to mix with her hands, but
Italian.
You're just like my Nana. She was the same. She would do the salad. She didn't even believe in salad tongs. She tossed the salad with her hands.
Yep, that's a very European thing. Everybody in my family did growing up. The adults, I always remember everyone using their fingers for everything.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God! Someone said role models.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna try to incorporate, more kombucha. You're right. More tea. A little less sugar and more, exercise, of course. And I don't want my exercise to be falling off chairs and having appliances fall on my head.
Yeah, flying appliances. No.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, you guys. And I'm so glad that everyone came and was so positive and supportive of my friend who I could do nothing about.
It was so awful because you were like, ah! But, my eye hurts on the inside, and I wore a lot of makeup tonight because I don't want to horrify anybody. It's not fun it doesn't go well with food.
No.
But I'm gonna be fine. And we wanted, congratulate all of the runners up. I stayed up late last night posting that because I couldn't sleep. But and I'm just so proud of everybody's gorgeous food and how you're trying. And thanks for adding your friends because
Yes.
our goal
is 3,000 for Christmas, people.
Right. So thanks for sharing Corona Kitchen because we've gotten an influx. I've noticed the last couple of days of new members, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
So.
All right, here's my scroll. So Moink Box is the meat and fish company. Moink Box. Look at this piece of salmon. It's huge.
Clean meats, clean fish.
And it supports sustainable family farms.
Yes.
Fair fight, we got to take the Senate in Georgia. So that's one way you can help. Holiday Gift Collective on Instagram is Holly and her friends. So you can support handmade gifts this year. And also Postcards to Swing Voters. They have, they're really doing a great postcard push in Georgia. So you can help that way. If it's not your thing to call people, you can write postcards.
And thanks everybody, because this holiday season, I think it's really nice to give to organizations. I mean, a lot of families I know are just going like, you know what, let's just do tiny gifts and give to where people really need it right now, because if you can. But it's of course up to you. But anyway, thanks for the good well wishes.
Yes.
Feeling better. Thank you so much.
Yes, we're grateful for all you guys.
We have such a great group. This is a wonderful community.
Yeah, we do. So everybody be safe, wear a mask, wash your hands, the whole deal.
We'll see you tomorrow with cocktail mocktails tomorrow night.
Cocktails tomorrow.